What is up, everyone? Welcome to the Friday, May 14th show. It's a little after 7 p.m., about 5 minutes after, running a little late today. Story of my life. But definitely decided to get the show done today. I wasn't for sure I was going to get it done, but had to suck it up and get with it. There was something that happened yesterday that just pretty much blew my mind. So definitely wanted to jump on here and talk about it. If you didn't see yesterday, our president, and I'm having all kinds of technical issues today. Our president yesterday, Mr. Joe Biden, tweeted out. Let's see if I can find his. See if we can find it on Twitter here. He tweeted out new rules for America. One new rule for Americans. He tweeted it out. If I can find it and share it. Yeah, here we go. Let's do a screen share here, possible. All righty. So this is Mr. Biden's tweet that I'm trying to. I don't know why it's not giving me just this one, but it's the one here at the top. If you can't read it, it says, after a year of hard work and so much sacrifice, the rule is now simple. Get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do. So, yeah, that pretty much blew my mind because of the simple fact that if that had been the previous president that said that, man, everything would have hit the fan. What's going on, Chim? What's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it would have really hit the fan. So I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. So I guess if you don't get vaccinated, the rule is you must continue to wear a mask. And if you do get vaccinated, you can take your mask off and just go about your life as if nothing is going on. How you doing today, Chim? Good to see you, man. How's life? Chimmy Bonkers 506, is that right? It's so weird, man. I got my stream deck. I spent hey, Random Nomad, what's going on, man? Good to see you, brother. So I spent all this time getting this new stream deck that I have. I got it all up and running, and spent hours getting the damn thing all programmed correctly and getting all of my inputted into it. And then I bought this program that's called Voice Mod. Chimmy Bonkers 506 is I still need to wear a mask. Oh, are you immune compromised? Yeah. I do believe anybody that's immune compromised should probably still wear a mask and probably, it's sad to say, but you probably should limit your time in the public. I mean, a lot of people want to, I guess a lot of people kind of want to pretend that the COVID thing is fake, but a friend of mine on Facebook just announced today that, her dad did pass away from COVID. So people are still dying from it. I had it. It's no joke. But I think it's time at this point. We just got to start living our lives because, COVID could stay with us forever. Are we going to wear masks forever? I guess. I don't know. Maybe the ones that didn't make it are the lucky ones is what I'm starting to think. Random Nomad says out with a buddy, but had to stop in and say hi. Peace and positive vibrations later days. Hey, Random Nomad, dude, have a great Friday night, brother. Have a great Friday night. Good to hear that you're out and about. That's funny because I've been doing the show now for all this time and I haven't heard that in so long. Random Nomad, everybody's just always here. But Random Nomad is out and about and running around and doing his thing. Good to hear that. We are starting to, even here in California, things are starting to open back up. which I'm not going to lie is so freaking nice, dude. It's nice to be able to just go out someplace or go in someplace and it's actually open. A lot of the in-room dining here is still closed. I finally figured that one out. I was kind of perturbed by it because what would happen was I would go to a restaurant, or let's not even a restaurant. Let's just say like a fast food place. Let's just take for just an example. I would go and let's say there's like a KFC and then there's a McDonald's. So I would go, you would go and then right there, right next to each other, or maybe right across the street from each other. They would be like a KFC on one side of the street and a McDonald's on the other side of the street. So you go to McDonald's, it's open, the dining room's open. You can go in, sit down, or you can go in, order your food, sit down, take your mask off, and eat it. And then you walk across the street to the KFC, and the KFC, the dining room is closed. You have to get your food and take it to go and leave the restaurant because you can't eat it in the store or in the restaurant because their in-room dining is still closed. So this really perturbed me for a while, and I could not figure it out to save my life. And I finally figured out what it was. I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but just using common sense and trying to figure out like what the deal is with that. I think what it is in California, real estate is a premium. So there's a lot of these fast food restaurants that have actually very, very small, tiny little in-room dining areas. They're not very large and they're not very spread out. So I have figured out, I think those are the ones that are having to stay closed. And the bigger, the restaurants, with the bigger in-room dining, they're opening up their in-room dining where people can still be spread out. But then these like micro dining, I don't know what you would call them. They're really tiny little dining areas in the restaurants. They're still closed. I am in Los Angeles, California, Chimmy. I'm actually from Texas originally. Hey, Ronnie Rowe, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Wasn't sure we'd have anybody in here this evening, being a Friday and things are opening back up and people are out and about. How about you, Chimmy? Where are you at? Scooby Doo Nut. What is up? No blacks? No, is that no blacks? BLAX? What is that? Oh, you're from Wales. Nice. Across the pond. What's the weather like over there right now? It's funny because I'm on this new social media site. I've talked about it on the podcast before. I'm on this new social media site that's called Clubhouse. And I've actually met some friends and talked to them on a somewhat regular basis who are in the UK. So welcome, Chimmy Bonkers. Welcome. Anyway, I was bitching about, I can never do this show. Like some of the longer listeners know, like Random Nomad that was in here. I can never do this show without some kind of technical difficulties. So I literally just I have had the Stream Deck. Oh, it's 3 a.m. right now. And yeah, you guys are 9 hours ahead of us, if I remember right, across the pond there. So are you up just checking out, because I see that you're on, I'm streaming this, Chimmy. I'm streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm simulcasting this broadcast right now, and I see you're on Twitch, which I love it, dude. It's so nice to actually get some people from Twitch. So you and Scooby Doo Nut, you guys are both on Twitch, which makes me happy to see some people joining in from Twitch because it's usually only YouTube. But anyway, yeah, it's I think it's 9 hours difference in the UK over there. How are things going with the COVID thing over there, Jimmy, if you don't mind me asking? I mean, are things getting back to normal? Are you guys, is everything still locked and closed, or does it matter to you guys? I just wonder, like over here, everybody's fighting about it like because it's a political thing. If you're a Democrat, then you got to wear a mask and you got to get vaccinated. And if you're a Republican, screw the mask and nobody gets vaccinated. So it's so funny. Everything is so politicized in the States right now. Yeah, thanks, Jimmy. I really am, man. It's nice to get some people from Twitch on the stream for a change. I'll be gaming later. I do the talk show, or I do my podcast Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then after this, I'll be actually playing some Call of Duty, probably running some duos or maybe solos on Battle Royale on Twitch after the podcast here is over this evening. Oh, anyway, what I was bitching and moaning about was my Stream Deck. I got the Stream Deck. I spent all this time getting it all set up. I get it all set up, and then I ended up buying this piece of software for it called Voice Mod. So you can change your voice and do these crazy little chipmunk voices. And I guess it's actually pretty silly, but it's cool to have that, at your disposal if you want to hit a button. I like it's got a beep, like a sensor beep. I can't use it because it's not working. But yesterday the software quit working. It won't connect to the Stream Deck. I can't get it to work. I don't know if I'm gonna have to uninstall it and reinstall all of this stuff again. But it literally took me like 3 or 4 hours to get it all set up, because I set up probably about 30 different sound buttons on the Stream Deck in its own freaking thing, and now it just doesn't work. So bummer. Let's see, Chimmy. See, let me set my window up here a little bit better. Whoops. Jimmy Bonker says some people got vaccinated in my school, but if you didn't, you wear a mask. Something like that. Yeah, I think the same thing is going here in the States. That's basically what the president yesterday said, which is kind of weird because he said it's like the new rule. And I'm just the hypocrisy of that, because it's kind of funny, because if the last president would have said you have one rule, you either get vaccinated or wear a mask, they would have had a field day with that one. So you're in school, Chimmy Bonkers? What grade are you in, buddy? It's pretty cool to be simulcasting this and actually I have Chimmy Bonkers from Twitch. I have Random Nomad, who is on YouTube, and then Ronnie Rowe is on Facebook. It's the first time since I've been doing the show that I've had people from 3 different platforms actually commenting. And the chat is open, so if you want to comment, man, if you want to have a conversation, I'm all about it. Let's do it. So do you stream, Chimmy Bonkers? Do you stream on Twitch? Are you a gamer, or you just cruise around and check out the shows? Wade, what is going on, buddy? How are you, man? Good to see you. Another Facebook. Chimmy Bonker says, we don't have grades in Wales, but I am in your 10. Oh, you're getting ready to so you're probably 17, 16, 17, maybe 15, 16. Chimmy Bonker says, so I think I am like grade 10. That would be a junior in high school in the States, Chimmy Bonkers. So for those of you in the room, if you don't know, Chimmy Bonkers is across the pond in Wales. I stream Warzone mostly. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Me too, but nobody watches Warzone because that's what everybody's streaming. Either Warzone or Grand Theft Auto, right? So if you're streaming those two, you're way at the bottom of the platform. Hey, Wade, good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Lance Hale, buddy, how's Colorado? You still in Colorado? How are things going in Colorado? Hey, Wade, I saw that our buddy, the bread trucker, is here in California. He's at the Tiny Home Fest today. He's showing off the bread truck, it looked like. Have you made any, Ronnie Rose says, Missouri never issued a mask mandate, but Kansas City, Missouri did, and it was lifted today at noon. My small town up north of KC has been opened back up all of 2021. We're right on the Missouri-Kansas border, and Kansas has been about the same. That's good to know, Ronnie. Wade says, ready to leave New Mexico and head back to Washington. Heat's pushing me north. Oh, is it getting warm in New Mexico already? Yeah, I guess it would be because it's that time of year. Chimmy Bunker says, I like your stream setup. Thank you, Chimmy. I will definitely have to stop in and check out yours. I'd like to see, I like to connect with other people that stream Warzone as well. Maybe we'll have to run some duos or something at some time if you're interested. So you've been in New Mexico, Wade, all winter, haven't you? Freaking, it's cold in New Mexico in the winter. What kind of do you have a dual PC setup, or do you just stream on one PC, Chimney Bonkers? Yes, I will play some duos. Sweet. You'll have to add me. I'm American Nomad, but there's some numbers on the back of the that I never can remember. See if I can find it really quick. So anyway, Wade, I guess the Tiny Home Fest is going on here in Southern California, and so it looks like the bread trucker has made his way down here. That guy has really done. Our friend Paul Barger, the bread trucker, he's now pretty famous YouTuber, but he's gotten even more famous on freaking TikTok. He is actually like a big celebrity on TikTok. He's got 200,000 or 300,000 followers on TikTok. Which is super amazing. I mean, I'm so happy for the guy that he can actually make a living. So Chimmy Bonkers, if you want to add me on Warzone, my name is American Nomad, just like it is here. But you put the number sign and then 2978610. I'll actually type that out so you can see if you want to copy it and add me on this is what it is. Let's see. 297-8610. So Jimmy Bonkers, if you want to add me, this is my I think that's my battle net. You should be able to copy that and find me. Jimmy Bunker says, I stream on my PS4. I got a PC, but it's kind of complicated. You know what, Jimmy Bunkers? It is, I'm not going to lie, it is kind of complicated to set up a stream for PC. I'm surprised I was smart enough to actually figure it out. It doesn't always work. Mine half the time it doesn't work, Jimmy Bonkers. So don't feel bad, dude. If I was smart, I would probably just get a PS4 like you and just stream on a PS4 because that's probably the easiest way to do it. I will add you when I'm offline next. Sweet. Thanks, Jimmy. We'll have to run some Warzone. Looking forward to it. Wade Ho says, Paul's always, let's throw this up here on the screen so we can see it. Wade says, Paul's always having fun with the camera. Glad he's making a buck. Ellie helps him bunches. Yes, sir, man. He does so well. It's almost man, I don't even know what the word is. I'm not envious of it. I'm so happy for him, but I work in television and I direct, and I know how professional stuff is shot, and it's astonishing how much better Paul Barger is at video creation than I am. He's better at storytelling. He's better at everything. He's a natural. Some people just have things naturally. Like I was a photographer for years before I got into the movie and film industry. And I was always a natural at photography, but when it moved over to film, I've never been a natural at film. I can put together some stuff, and if I really put my mind to it and really concentrate on putting a decent video together, I can do it. But I think it's a laziness too, because video is a lot of work. And Paul puts a lot of work. People don't realize how much work he puts into what he's doing. Even though he edits a lot of the TikTok stuff on his phone, I know he does. It's still a lot of work, man. Jimmy Bonkers, are you on TikTok? you're in high school, so you're probably a TikToker, aren't you? I have a TikTok. It's crazy the traction that you can get on TikTok compared to like Instagram or the other platforms. Like I can make a post on Instagram and get thousands of views, and now I'll be lucky if I get 100. But I can post something on TikTok, and I was getting like 700 or 800. It's kind of backed off because the problem with TikTok, it's like YouTube. If you don't stay active, which is my biggest problem, my hoodie's driving me crazy. It's my biggest problem. If you don't stay active, then you lose your traction, kind of. If you didn't notice, man, we got new American Nomad merch, new hats. So you can click, there's a shop in the link. There'll be a shop down in the link. Not peddling my hats, but you know, if you do like them, you're a fan of the show, we got some different hats that are in the this one's the gray one. And it's got the mesh back. This one's the solid black and gray bill. But they're both snapbacks. They got the snap on the back. I was pretty excited to get them in. I didn't know how well they would come out, and I was really, really impressed with the logo. This is embroidered. This is not like a patch. It's actually embroidered on there. I actually looked at getting some patches made. Hold on. So I ordered this as a sample because I was going to do like some black caps or like this one with patches. And then I was going to have a company make patches because I wasn't sure they would be able to embroider this logo where and make it look nice. Because my logo was a little, it's not the greatest quality because I did it. And it's not really 300 DPI, which is what they actually need. So I was looking at having some patch companies. This is American flag, like doing some, you know, like some patches. This is like an iron-on. So this was my other idea. If I couldn't get a company to actually do the embroidery and make it turn out nice, but I am super, 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 super impressed with Printful that did my hats, that do all of my printing for shirts, t-shirts, hoodies, everything. I just didn't really think they would be able to do the logo and make it this good quality in an embroidery, but they did. Chimmy Bunker says it's 3:25 a.m. so I'm gonna get some sleep. Okay, buddy, thanks so much, man, for dropping in. Don't forget to add me on Warzone or on Activision, so we can run some Call of Duty. I'm always looking for teammates, and we'll stream it. So if we play good, if we were to win, you could show all your friends. Wade Ho says, I like the logo. You still rolling, or are you hunkering down there? I've been hunkering down here since the middle of last summer, so going on a year now, Wade. I rented this office once I lost my job from COVID. My job with SVO, once I got laid off there, I didn't make a whole lot of money working for SVO, but I didn't really do it for the money because it was a friend of mine, Serena, that actually owns that company, and she needed the help, and I could help her with some photography stuff, which is what I enjoy. So she did pay me a weekly salary, but the main thing that really I really cherished that job was because I had a big studio space, probably like a 600 square foot studio space. And then when I lost that job, I had to move out of there. So that's when I moved. I wanted to get away from downtown though, because we were pretty close to downtown. We were just right south of downtown LA and like in the worst part of Los Angeles. So I wanted to get out of there. So I moved out here to Fullerton, California, which is Orange County. Much, much better area than downtown, but it's going to hell in a handbasket as well. So Wade House is thinking of an American Nomad ugly Christmas sweater. Hey, I could do that. I could definitely do that. I would love to use It's so funny you say that, Wade, because as soon as you said it, man, I had an image pop in my head for an ugly sweater. I would love to be able. I can't do it because it's copyrighted, but I would love to be able to use like Randy Quaid. You remember the Chevy Chase movie, the Christmas movie, where Randy Quaid shows up with his family in the dilapidated RV. I'd love to use like a picture of Randy Quaid and put it on a sweater from like that movie. I can't remember what the hell was the name of that movie. Gosh, Chevy Chase Christmas movies. What was that called? Griswold's Christmas or something like that. Can't think of the name of it. But Randy Quaid was like the brother-in-law. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Was that it? That doesn't sound like it. 1989. Let's see if that was it. Let's IMDb it. If Randy Quaid was in it, then that was it. Yep, that was it. So it was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, 1989. And he had freaking Randy Quaid. Let's see. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. See if I can bring up some of those pictures. How's your truck doing, buddy? Mr. Wade. And yeah, pumps his tanks into the sewer. Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, early morning when God, what was Chevy Chase's name in that? Can't remember, but he comes outside and the old brother-in-law is pumping out the sewage, pumping out his black tank into the Clark Griswold. Yeah. Clark comes out and his brother-in-law is pumping out pumping out his sewer tank. That was so funny. Or pumping out his black tank into the city sewer, which is highly illegal these days. Really highly illegal. I think it was illegal then too. But yeah, we could do a ugly nomad. Definitely do an ugly nomad, American nomad, ugly Christmas sweater. It's so funny because summer's just getting here, but these years are going by so fast for me. Am I the only one? These years are flying by. Even COVID year last year, even though we weren't doing anything, we were all locked up and didn't know what was going on or what was going to happen. 2020 just flew by for me. And 2021 it's just, I mean, this month is already halfway over. I think it's the 14th today. Yeah, the 14th. This month is damn near halfway over already. And it seems like I just paid the rent yesterday. But anyway, Wade, yeah, I rented this little office space here in Orange County. What I love about it is it's a commercial space, so I'm allowed one commercial parking spot for a commercial truck. So my truck is parked right here in the parking lot. It's literally down. I'm on the second floor, so I go right down the stairs and walk straight out to my truck. It's right here, and it stays parked there unless I need to go somewhere in it. I will. I don't know how I should precurse this. Is that even a word? But my problem is I registered my truck in Arizona, so it's been registered in Arizona. Well, during the COVID thing, the tags expired, and I've got to get back to Arizona and get it registered. So it's not registered, so I don't drive it very seldom, maybe once a month if I got a job or something, because I need to make a trip to Parker so I can get it registered because the tags are out. Looking better all the time. Had it wrapped for about a year. Yeah, I saw it when we were at a RTR in 2019. You just got it wrapped with the blue wrap. Awesome. Good to know you kept the van. I'm ready to get rid of it. If anybody wants it, if you know anybody that wants it, I'd sell it tomorrow if somebody would buy it. But I don't know what I want to get. The problem is like I wanted to get a bus. I was looking at getting a bus back at the beginning of the year, and we're looking at some nice, like A-class motorhomes, like really high-end motorhomes. And I was going to close my office here, consolidate everything, and move everything into the bus and just take my show on the road. And I found the Monaco. I was going to get a Monaco Dynasty. That's the motorhome I was looking at. And if you don't know what a Monaco Dynasty is, I'll pull one up. And I found one in Tucson and was on my way. I had already bought my plane ticket to go get it. Let's see. Let me see if I can find one. Okay, yeah, this is exactly like the one. No, that's a dually. Let's see. Oh, I know what I should do. Looking for a decent color. Because the only color they have, like the one that I was looking at getting, is like blue. Anyway, I'll put it up here. So do a screen share here. So this was exactly like the Dynasty that I was looking at. And I was on my way to go get it. It was 40 foot. It's a beautiful coach. Alcohol wheels. I mean, you name it. Thing is like a little mini mansion on the inside. Full walk-in shower. You name it. And I found one that I liked that was in my price range at the time. And so I had bought my plane ticket for over $200 one way, and I was headed to Tucson to pick it up. And on my way to the airport, the person texted me and said they sold it out from underneath me. All they said was, you talk about a crappy dude, like you know how people are these days. So I'd been talking to this girl. It was her dad's a motorhome, I believe, and she was selling it for her dad, and it had been listed for quite some time. And I'd looked at it, but I didn't really have the cash at the time to buy it. And then I had some things open up and I put some things together where I had the cash to buy it. It was still a couple of $1,000s out of my price range, but I thought, you know, I could probably swing that if I had to, by selling. You know, I've got a few things that are worth $1,000, you know what I mean? And I was just going to, you know, quickly sell some things, cameras and stuff, to come up with the other 2,000. But then when I was going to get it, I'd put the money together. So I was going to pick it up, and bought a plane ticket for $200. And I talked to her, and she's like, if you want it, it's yours. It's parked out here. It's my dad's. It's there. I leave it open. So even if you just want to come look at it. And then I said, no, I want it. I'm coming to get it. And she's like, oh, okay. She goes, well, it's been a sale for a while and nobody really showed any interest, but yeah, if you want it, yeah, come get it. So I bought a plane ticket, was heading out there, and literally was on my way to the airport. I was running late. I just grabbed my bags and headed down, grabbed an Uber, just got in and got a text. And all the text said, it said, sorry, the motorhome sold. No explanation, nothing. And I said, what? Are you kidding me? I bought a plane ticket to come out there. I'm on my way right now. And they would never even text me back. So anyway, you know, I was really disappointed about it at the time. But then, you know, you just got to look at it like the universe was telling me that wasn't the right move. You know what I mean? It just wasn't the right move. So unfortunately, I have to pay rent and everything. So I no longer have the money to be able to afford a motorhome like that, because I've had to pay rent now for the last 4 months. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, I mean, with the price of diesel right now, I would have been, you know, I think that motorhome has a 100-gallon tank on it. I'm pretty sure it's got a 100-gallon fuel tank on it. I can't imagine filling that thing up right now at $4 a gallon. $400. Holy Jesus Christ. Wade says, all Better Bachelor does a podcast in his bus. Oh, Better Bachelor does a podcast in his bus. Yeah, that's what I'd planned on doing as well. That was my whole intention to begin with. But then I got demonetized on YouTube because I was talking about too much political stuff. So they took my monetization away. So I don't make any money doing this anymore. So I just do it for the fun of it now. Wade Ho says inflation has raised its ugly head. Good to have your options open. I totally agree with that. And it could get a lot worse. Definitely could get a lot worse. I mean, every time, we think it's bad, I just think to myself, yeah, it seems bad, but man, it could be so, so much worse. Like if we even look back at like last year in the pandemic, from what this time last year in May, I mean, nobody knew exactly what was going to happen. We had no idea where things were going to go or how bad things were going to get. And in the grand scheme of things, having a pandemic and everything, and in all reality, hold on a second. I got to fix this hoodie. It's driving me nuts. In all reality, things really never got that bad. We could have had food shortages. I know we just had a gas shortage, or really come to find out there really wasn't even a gas shortage. It's just the pipeline couldn't get the product to the stations. It wasn't really a gas shortage. We actually have a surplus of fuel. There's evidently, there since the pandemic, there's been ships that are docked off the coast here in California that can't get into port to offload their fuel. So they've been sitting out in the freaking ocean, just floating, waiting to try to get into port to get unloaded because of the lack of fuel that was being used. I think they're getting in now. Trav, man, brother, what is going on? What happened to the super chats? Oh, is the super chats not working? Oh, you know what? Oh, I bet you it's not working, Trav, man, because YouTube demonetized me. So I bet you I can't get super chats anymore. I bet that's what it is. That sucks. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, they demonetized my YouTube channel, so that probably takes away the super chats as well. Have a great night, Border Patrol. Oh my God, Wade, the Border Patrol's rolling up to New Mexico. Yeah, good luck, buddy. I was just looking at John Kerry. Was it John Kerry? I think that was talking about John Kerry was talking about the border today with the new border patrol officials because they're having some problems down there, major problems. Yeah, Trav, man, it really does suck, dude, because I put a lot of money and effort and time into this podcast to have them yank my monetization. But then, it's funny. I was thinking about it today. If I could just learn to shut the freak up about politics, but I just can't keep my mouth shut because I'm just not that type of person. But I need to just, shut up and talk about rainbows and butterflies and, but because I go down that rabbit hole of politics, I lost my monetization because they say I was producing harmful content. That was the thing that they sent me. I didn't know it killed the super chat though. That's good to know. I didn't even really think about that the super chat would be gone as well. So that is good to know. I should look on. So anyway, yeah, I was talking about the new vaccine rule. Has everybody heard the new vaccine rule? The new vaccine rule. If you didn't see, Joe Biden yesterday tweeted out a new vaccine rule for everybody. And I'll share the screen here with everybody. So these are all the responses here. But here's what he had to say. It's so funny. If you look at right under this, it's got my tweet was deleted. This tweet was deleted by the tweet's author. So I tweeted a couple of things, just busting his balls, and they deleted the tweets. It's hilarious. Here's another one. I did another one, and they deleted it. So funny. Says, after a year of hard work and so much sacrifice, the rule is now simple: get vaccinated or wear a mask until you do. Okay, now let's keep it real for a second. If the last president had said that on Twitter, oh my God, dude, people would have lost their minds. Leftists' head would have exploded. CNN would have had a heart attack. They would have been posting pictures of the last president on the front of Time magazine with a Hitler mustache if he would have tweeted that. But because it's Biden, you don't see anything. There's no ridicule, nothing on CNN. You go to CNN, there's no ridicule, no anything. As a matter of fact, one lady asked, I can't see it's too far down, but one lady asked, she's like, well, what are we going to do? How are we going to enforce this? Because I don't want to be in a restaurant with anybody that's an anti-vaxxer. And it was crazy. It was really awesome because this one guy comes back and goes, hey, I'm a freaking Democratic liberal. I voted for Biden. He goes, but this is scary. He goes, this is like dictatorship stuff. He goes, this is like, like Manuel Noriega or what, I can't remember what he said. He's like, this is like dictator stuff for him to say that. He goes, I'm alarmed by this. I was like, wow, that's actually really cool that somebody actually, is smart enough to know what the Bill of Rights is, because it seems like most people on the left don't know what the Bill of Rights is. Travman says, yeah, you demonetized for being yourself. That's what I think is stupid. Yeah. It's their playground, so you got to play by their rules. Oh, and I will say this. I want to say this. So if you watched my Monday podcast, see if I can find this. If you watch my Monday podcast, let me go to my YouTube on this other channel. Oh, it's so funny too. If you go and like search for American Nomad on YouTube, my channel's just buried. But if you watched my fuel shortage video or podcast from Monday, I got a comment down here. I don't know if you can read it. It's this bottom comment from Mr. Beer ADB. And he goes, you're spreading such falsehoods. Facebook will ban you again. YouTube should ban you too. So I came back and went, oh, truth is a falsehood to you. LMAO. Yes, we both know Facebook and YouTube don't like information calling out the left on what garbage humans they are, which they brand misinformation. Like the Russian collusion hoax they peddled for 4 years on every mainstream leftist channel. That was a conspiracy theory that was never based on any facts. That turned out to be a complete falsehood. And I can shut up. I said, why don't you tell me what I said that's a falsehood? What you mean to say is I'm telling truths that you don't like. So to you, like every other garbage leftist truth that hurts your feelings is misinformation to you. And like the Nazis, you want those truths banned. And then I put, and Facebook banning me is them doing me a favor. LMAO. Yeah. So that was a light bulb moment for me. It's not that I didn't know that, but that guy actually went to his channel, and I mean, he's just like, let's take a look at this guy. This is who made the comment.
Well, a Corvette.
Well, I'm a Corvette.
So
So yeah, that's, you know, who you're dealing with. But the light bulb moment for me was the simple fact is that I understand 100% that it's not necessarily misinformation, or it's not even misinformation, it's truth. That's why they hate Candace Owens, because she just spits out the truth. So they've come to spin. Their spin is, if you criticize them with the truth, they label that misinformation. Facebook does it, Twitter does it, YouTube does it. If you say anything about Biden that's a truth, then they you know, that's misinformation. Like, I called him out. I tweeted at him, like, you know, about this rule. I'm like, hey buddy, have you been to the border? I said, hey, you senile old fool, have you been to the border lately? And what a complete cluster you've turned that into. You know what I mean? That's a truth. Where's the lie? You know what I'm saying? Where's the lie? But that's misinformation. Joe Eldorado, my brother, what is going on? Joe Eldorado says, the only thing I'm worried about with COVID is losing my taste, and I won't be able to taste some booze. Yeah, buddy. And I'll tell you, man, don't take that for granted. And, you know, look, here's my stance on COVID. I had it. I know what it's all about, and it is no joke, dude. And if you cannot catch it, that's the best way to do. That's the best way to do it. But the other flip side of that is, it's almost better to just get it and get it over with. You know what I mean? Like I did. But I'm not telling anybody to get COVID, you know, but I'm thankful that I don't have to worry about it. I don't worry about it. I have no worries about COVID. As a matter of fact, I feel like I'm pretty much immune to it, because in December around Christmas, I was with someone that had COVID and I didn't know it, and I didn't get it again. And I was as close to her as you could be. So, and I didn't get it again. And she got really sick with it, and I had to take care of her the whole time she had it, or not the whole time. I took care of her for like 3 days until she was able to, you know, kind of get back up on her feet. But I didn't wear a mask around her. I didn't do anything. I was even kissing her on the cheek and stuff because I felt so bad for her, because she felt so bad. And I just, you know, I had no fear of getting COVID again at all. But dude, my taste and my smell has never come back to what it was before I had COVID. And it's funny because it drifts in and out. Like a week ago, like a week and a half ago, my smell had come back to probably about 40% what it was. I mean, I was really smelling things. I was like, oh my gosh, man, I'm smelling things. And, you know, like, woo, this is amazing. And now it's faded again. So yeah, don't think that, you know, if you're unlucky like I was and you get COVID and you lose your taste and smell, which I did, it's never come back. I mean, I can taste things, but it's probably, I mean, it's a faint taste. Does that make sense? It's kind of like my taste. I don't know, like a analogy. I try to, people always want me to give them an out, like, how, what do you mean you can't taste? So kind of an analogy would be like a flat Coke. You know what I mean? If you drink like soda, have you ever like left the lid off and it turns flat? That's kind of the way my taste is. It's kind of just flat. There's no pizzazz to it. There's no, you know, like when I get food and stuff, I can't even smell it when it's in the, you know, I have to take it out and then I can smell it. And I know, like a few days ago when my smell had seemed to return, I was getting so excited. I thought it was coming back for me. I walked by, I don't know, I rode my one wheel like by a freaking burger joint, and I could smell the meat being cooked. I was like, oh my God, I can smell the freaking meat. And I really got really excited last week because my smell has been pretty much the same since it recouped from what it did from COVID, which I'm going to say is maybe 20% of 100% of what my smell is. And like last week, for some reason, I don't know what was going on, but I ended up getting like 40%, 40 or 50% of my smell back. And I could smell and taste, and I had a great week. And I was under the impression that that was a barrier that I broke, and now it was going to come back maybe 50, 60%, that I was on the healing end of it, and now it's gone again. It's the craziest thing. I mean, it's back to the 20%. I only had like maybe 4 or 5 days of being able to really smell stuff. So you do lose your, but I've talked to a lot of people that, they got COVID and got over it in like 4 days, and they lost their taste and smell, and their taste and smell is completely back. And then there's some of us like me that it's never come back. I don't want to scare anybody. You know what I mean? It's just, it is what it is. I'm not scared of COVID. I mean, the survival rate is, like what, 90, it's over 95%. But I just wanted to talk about what a storm Biden's tweet stirred up yesterday on Twitter, because it really did. It stirred up a freaking, I hadn't seen a storm like that stirred up since the last president was on Twitter. But if he had said that on Twitter, they would have thrown him off. If that would have been something that they would have thrown him off. I mean, they threw him off anyway, but like when he was on, if he would have tweeted that, he would have been gone immediately. And the funny thing is like I was talking to a friend of mine here probably a month or so ago, and she was asking me like, because we're still really good friends. She still leans very hard left, and we kind of don't approach the politics subject, but she kind of decided to, for whatever reason, open that can of worms with me, because I think she thinks about it a lot, because we're good friends, have been friends for years, and she's such a lefty that it just kind of boggles her mind that, I supported the right and, voted for their last president and not the one that we have now. And, so we talked about it, and I told her, I said, look, I'm no fan of neocons either. I can't stand neoconservatives like John Kerry and the old Bushes. And I talked about that on Monday as well, so I'm not going to rehash it here. I'm not a fan of those either. I'm a libertarian. But as a libertarian, I used to lean left, but the left moved so far left, they left me right. So now I lean conservative. But I mean, I'm not, but the reason, I mean, I used to have nothing against either side for people, and the only reason that I've become to despise Democrats and liberals so much is their hypocrisy. When I was growing up, I railed against Christianity and the church, which a lot of teenagers do and a lot of younger people do, and a lot of people still do. But I railed against the church and organized Christian religion. And the reason I hated it so much was the hypocrisy. They have so much bull crap hypocrisy in it that it just drives me insane. Just like Adam and Eve. Let's take the Adam and Eve story, right? You got Adam and Eve. They populated the earth. Wait a minute. If they populated the earth, that's one man, one woman. So if they give birth and then their children appropriate, what's it called? Do the deed. Wait a minute. Isn't that incest? Isn't that a moral sin? Right? It's just common sense stuff like that. Those things that always made me question Christianity. Because am I wrong? If you have one man and one woman and they have a child, okay, and then they have another child, and then those two children get together and copulate and create another human being, that is as much incest as you get. That's a brother and sister. So we all come from incest? Doesn't make any sense. And that would be a mortal sin in the Lord's eyes, because incest is supposed to be sinful, correct? Am I right about that, or am I wrong? So that's hypocrisy. I don't like hypocrisy in any way, shape, or form or fashion. When it's that blatant, especially, it makes me despise the people that are putting out, the organization or whoever it is that's putting out that hypocrisy. It makes me despise them. And that's what you have on the left now, just like this whole misinformation thing. Doesn't need to be real misinformation. They brand truth as misinformation because it hurts their feelings. It's mean tweets. It's truthful, but it's misinformation because they don't like what it hurts their ears to hear it because it's a truth they don't like. So they brand that misinformation. That's hypocrisy. Joe Biden putting out a tweet yesterday on Twitter saying there's one rule. Either you get vaccinated or you keep wearing a mask. That's the rule. If Trump had said that, I'm telling you, leftist heads would exploded. That chick that was going, that we all saw when Trump was sworn in, you would have seen that all over the country. If that had been Trump that would have tweeted that out. Like people would have literally been, CNN would have been loose. They would have been calling it a national emergency, a national crisis. There's a national crisis. The president's lost his mind. He's went into dictator mode. But because it's Joe B, yeah, they ain't got nothing to say. You get on CNN today, they didn't say anything about it because that's their boy. They're covering for their boy. And it's that blatant hypocrisy that drives me up the wall. And it's the reason I've gotten to where I literally hate liberals. And coming from Texas, I have a lot of friends over the years, especially during the Obama administration, which I didn't have. I got screwed over by Obama like a lot of people did, but I had nothing against any of my liberal friends. You know, I mean, they are not Obama, so I didn't have anything really against my liberal friends. But I have friends in Texas that would talk about liberals like they were, you know, gutter rats, or they just absolutely hate them with a passion. And I just never understood that. I'm starting to understand it. As sad as that is to say, I'm starting to understand it. And they hate us. I mean, they hate conservatives as well. So it's, you know, it's a feelings mutual kind of thing. Travman, let's throw that up on the screen, buddy. See what you got to say. Travman says, and how does Adam and Eve make different races on Earth? Exactly. You know what I mean? And when you question these things, they just go, you just have to discuss it with God. You just have to take it and, you know, you have to have your discussion with God. What? What are you talking about? No, this doesn't make sense. You have Asians, black people, Indians, you know, we have all these different races of people on the earth. If you have two, you know, everybody believes Adam and Eve was, you know, like freaking Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, you know what I mean? Or Jennifer Aniston. Everybody thinks that's what Adam and Eve was. So if you got those two blonde, Aryan looking white people, and then all of a sudden, I mean, how do you get like black Ethiopians? And, you know, that does not even make sense. There's no, you know, forest for the trees there, people. Common sense. There's no common sense there. And my grandmother tried to beat that story into me like it was she would say it's the gospel. You just have to believe it. No, I don't believe that. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense. You got to hit me with common sense, man. You got to hit me with something that makes sense to me. If it doesn't make sense to me, I will rail against it. You're not going to force feed that bullshit down my throat and make me try to believe something that in my mind does not make sense. And that does not make sense. Just like the last election does not make sense. You know what I mean? Nothing about it makes sense. So we listened for 4 years about Russian collusion and how Trump stole the election from Hillary. And it was on every major media, leftist major media outlet for 4 years. And they peddled that Russian collusion thing for 3 years that turned out to be a hoax, turned out to be a conspiracy theory. Once it was found out there was no fact in it, it was all just hoopla. Did CNN ever issue a retraction? Did anybody ever apologize? Nope. As a matter of fact, a lot of them still quote it as it was a real thing. A lot of leftists still talk about Trump owned by Russia and his collusion with Russia when there was no ever anything, not an inkling. They investigated that. If they could have found one little iota of evidence, you better believe they would have used it, but they couldn't find it. They didn't have it because it wasn't there. But if we question the last election, we're an insurrectionist. Oh my God, we're an insurrectionist. If you say anything questioning the results of the last election, It's because they're bullies. That's what they are. That's what the left is. They're everything that they say that they despise. They're projecting what they actually are. They're actually bullies. They are actually dictators and bullies themselves. If you don't bend your knee to their ideology, then they're going to bully you into wanting to believe what they believe, or they're going to force feed it down your throat, or they're going to demonetize your YouTube channel because you're saying stuff that they don't want to hear. And that's the America that we live in today. I already threw that one up there. And man alive, has the hour went by quick. But we just hit 1 hour, guys. So that's going to do it for this soapbox. Is that what I should call this podcast these days? Is Rav's soapbox? I should probably change it from American Nomad to this soapbox. But yeah, if I was smart, if I was like in the words of the great fictional philosopher Forrest Gump, if I was a smart man, I would stop talking about politics, because I'll never get my channel remonetized as long as I talk about politics. But catch me over on Twitch. I'll throw a link up here really quick. I'm on Twitch live right now. But if you guys don't know, I'm trying to you've got to jump through a few. Oh, I'm getting an echo. You gotta do some things for Twitch so you can get an affiliate partnership with Twitch and start making money with Twitch. And I'm very close. Not very close. I'm over halfway there though. So I'm over on Twitch. I'll be streaming, playing some Call of Duty later tonight. So if you're not subscribed to my Twitch, or if you don't follow me on Twitch, I just posted the link in the chat. If you'd create a Twitch account and just follow me and look around, there's people, go into just chatting. It's very, very interesting, because I thought it was I couldn't get it because I was so stuck on YouTube. I could not get Twitch. I like the gaming aspect of it, but there was all this other stuff going on Twitch that I just never I don't know, man. Like I would see this just chatting icon and I'm like, I don't know, man. And then come to find out, I finally got in and started delving through the tunnels of Twitch. And I'm like, oh my God, dude, I've had such a good time just chatting with people. You can go in with just like this room right now. This show right now is being broadcast on Twitch right now. So you've got all of these people that are doing talk shows on Twitch. They're talking about things on Twitch. They're talking about politics on Twitch. So if you don't have a Twitch account, I'm not going to urge you. I hope you'd make one. And if you do, follow my Twitch channel. I got to get to 50 followers to hit my affiliate to be able to be that's one of the stipulations. You have to have 50 people following you on Twitch so you can get affiliate status. But once you become an affiliate, then you can run ads just like YouTube, and you can make a little money. So I've had to kind of switch directions, even though I still love YouTube. I've got to look at Twitch as possibly where maybe I can make a little money in the future. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And that is going to do it for this episode of the American Nomad. If everything goes right, if I'm still alive, everybody have a beautiful weekend. I want you guys, we're getting out now. It's summertime. Take your mask off, go outside, breathe some fresh air, go down to a little lake. If you're at a lake, walk around the lake, get out in nature, enjoy yourself, but have a beautiful weekend. Whatever you do, go to a restaurant, have a beautiful steak or a beautiful meal or a beautiful salad if you're vegan or whatever, but just have a beautiful weekend, because we're starting to open up and people are going about their lives. So have a great weekend. And I was going to say something else, but completely lost my train of thought there. Yes, Trav, man, thank you, buddy. Hit the thumbs up, man. It does help the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of the American. I remember what I was going to say. If I'm still alive, if everything goes right, I'm still alive Monday. I hope to see you guys back here Monday, 7 p.m. on Twitch, Facebook, or YouTube. Have a beautiful weekend, guys. And remember, keep looking up because that's where it all is.